I need to
Please.
turn
Thank
the
you.
relay bot on. Relay.
No, they didn't bring it back already, did they?
Proceed.
Oh my god, Minneapolis' skin is here.
All the gasping.
Shut the fuck up.
Gasp.
Le gasp. All right.
Really gasp.
Hello, stream, both YouTube and Mixer. I'm going to be playing The Beginner's Guide, which is a narrative-driven, essentially walking simulator, talking about this guy's life with his friend and how their relationship ended up becoming, and the games that his friend created. Now, this game it's weird with the community reaction, right? Because two things came out of this game. One, it got incredibly positive reviews with just how good of a story-driven game this is. The second thing was that technically this dude is if all of this is true, this guy is doing something illegal by taking someone else's work, modifying it, and uploading it in a full-length game, but he is adding his own spin with commentary and narrative and interactivity. But no one knows if anything in this game is true. He portrays it as true, but no one knows. So we're going to give it a shot. I've played it before. It's a fucking great game. And real quick, I need to see if the stream actually works on YouTube. Because if it doesn't, then why the fuck am I streaming to YouTube?
There you go, Silent. Merry Christmas.
Oh, did you give me Deep Rock?
Yes.
Yay.
I was trying so hard not to interrupt your introduction.
Hey, it works. Yay.
I was trying so hard not to interrupt.
Hey guys,
your
you're YouTubers.
Hey guys. Okay, so if I go to chapter, oh, it doesn't have my save. So, here we go.
Gotta get the claps in there.
Yeah, gotta sync that audio, bro.
I mean, we could just scream at you and sync the audio that way.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way.
DPI.
And mostly it's just
DPI.
Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the
Really
internet,
obvious.
he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me
Come on,
at
OBS.
daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
I don't understand. Why is it doing this? Hold on.